Okay, hi guys, welcome to my linear algebra tutorial with Python, and I hope you are doing your best in your life and so much more. Okay, first thing I want to introduce you guys is the NumPy library, which I will be using a lot in this tutorial um, for many things, um, for transforming a list to arrays, uh, transfer for transforming a 2D array to a list of lists to ND arrays. So first thing I want to tell you guys is that NumPy is used for array calculations and everything to do with array. It's vectorized program, so it's not with a lot of for loops in Python, if you know what I mean. And basically, you have to understand Python first so that you will catch up with me in this tutorial. So I recommend you to learn Python first, the Python language, and then come back to this tutorial and come with me to this journey and learn something from it. Okay. Now, what I want to say is that you can create a NumPy array, which with the arrays that we create with NumPy, we call them NumPy arrays. So if I say NumPy arrays, I mean that the arrays that is created by the NumPy library. You can create a NumPy library with a list. You have to you have to learn the list in Python. What is the list in Python? After you learn it, you can just create a list um, with this line of code. And first of all, import NumPy. Basically, you have to import array from NumPy. The array is a function in NumPy or a class, and then after you have created a list, you can just create an array from the array function and put the list in the parentheses, and from this line you can create a NumPy array with name A, or you can just say NumPy array. Okay, and then you can print the NumPy array, and then you can just take the shape and print it. Okay, just copy and paste. I need to type. You can also print the type of the data type of the NumPy array, so that you will have to clear understand. I'll just off the VPN. Okay, just run it. I'll just run it, and okay, this is the array. This is the first print. It just puts this list into an array, and the data type is float, and it has 3 elements. Whenever you see 3 and basically when you just print the shape, it will print the shape is like 3 rows, 3 columns, or 3 rows, 3 columns. The next one is like the n dimension of the array. It may be 3-dimensional or it may be 2D array. Okay. The 3 over here is that it says it's 3 elements. If it was like let me say we just print this, and okay, after you run this you have to put a comma. I didn't put the comma and it throws an error. After you create another list inside this list, that in overall there is two lists in a list. Okay, list in a list. It's kind of complicated, but I hope you understand. Okay, now when you put the array, when you make the array from the lists, it becomes a 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, this is the shape. But if you just want to put a 1D array, that was a 2D array. This is the 1D array. When you run it, this is the number of elements in the 1D array. Okay, and the type is float. Okay, now the next section. The next thing I want to say is that you can create an empty array from just the empty function from NumPy library. And how you do that is that you just call the empty function and use it by putting a tuple, a two element tuple that has the number of rows and number of columns. Okay, or you could just put it like this. I commented this so that you can see you can use a list instead of a tuple. Okay, now when you print this, you will get a random empty array. This is a 2D array with 3 columns and 3 rows. This is the 3 rows. This is the 3 columns. And as you can see, it's not zero everything. All the elements are not zero. If you want it to be zero, the next thing I want to show you guys is this. The zeros. This is how you spell it, zeros. From the library NumPy, you can use it like this. You just put a list of n rows and n columns, and when you print this, it will give you all the 3 rows and 5 columns with all elements equal to 0. All the elements are zeros. This is the important function when you want to work with something like image. Sorry for the handwriting. For image processing, recently I was doing a project in local binary pattern, and I use this method. And to store the process, to store the results of the process I was doing while getting the number for the pixels. You can replace it in a zero elements matrix, so that you can use it for image processing and all this stuff. Okay, this is the important function. You have to learn it. It's very important. And what I want to say is that after this, what I want you to learn is that there's a function for creating all the elements matrix with all the elements equaling to 1. Okay, as you can see, I just run this. All the elements is an array with elements equal to 1. Okay. um, okay, this is for this session. This is the end of the session. I hope you learned some things from it, and I have to apologize for my English language. It's not very good. I hope I can transfer the knowledge to you guys, but please come, please go along with me on this journey so that I can transfer something to you, and me myself will learn from you guys a lot. Okay, if you want the code, just the codes and descriptions, you can just go to my GitHub. I have a GitHub over here. It's this uh, address, GitHub Kaveh Karimeddini, LA NumPy master class. All the underlines you have to keep, and after you write this, you have access to my NumPy collection Jupyter notebooks. It's very easy to use. Just code this, download zip, and use the all the codes I am going to teach you guys in this session. Okay, I hope you learned a lot from this teaching. Until the next session, see you guys.